This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 179. Insurance Inflation: Why You Need to Pay Attention, by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. And I'm your narrator, Dan, and welcome again to Optimal Finance Daily, where I read to you each and every weekday from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. Now, today's post includes two pretty scary words for some people: insurance and inflation. But don't worry, this post is pretty straightforward and has a good lesson, so don't let that fool you. And before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, it would be a huge help if you did that. You'll get these episodes delivered to you automatically, and it will help build that habit of listening daily to optimize your life. Just hit the subscribe button in the podcast app of your choice, and you'll be good to go. And while you're at it, you might also want to subscribe to our other two podcasts, our brother podcasts, if you will. They are Optimal Living Daily and Optimal Health Daily. All right, that's it. So let's get right to the post and start optimizing your life. Insurance Inflation: Why You Need to Pay Attention, by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. I'm sure you know you should always read your insurance policies carefully. Insurance companies like to make you think they're offering more coverage than they are. They also like to distract you from reading the fine print. In fact, some insurance companies can completely drop your coverage just because you use it. What? That's right. In certain states, insurance companies are allowed to drop you if you file a certain amount of claims within a certain time period. In several states, you only have to make 2 claims before they can decide that you're not worth it and drop you. Those are all great reasons to watch your insurance company like a hawk. But we're actually not here today to talk about insurance companies. Yes, be aware of all those things, but there's something else you need to be aware of and pay attention to: your health insurance. Yes, you need to check your coverage and read the fine print, but who you really have to watch is not the actual insurance company. It's the places that take your insurance. How much is your insurance company paying? You may be quick to show your insurance card and book it out of there when you're at the hospital or a doctor's office. How often do you actually look at your bill when your insurance is paying for it? A common answer is, I don't really look at it because I'm not paying for it, or I don't care what my insurance company has to pay. They're robbing me in premiums, so they can pay thousands for all I care. I totally understand that. Insurance companies are frustrating, and it's easy to feel like you're being robbed, but that's not the point. Follow me on this. A $200 Tylenol. When my wife had our first child, we were covered by insurance. We paid absolutely nothing other than our insurance premium. Of course, they still sent us the bill for our records. So we started reviewing it and realized that we paid $200 for a single Tylenol. Seems a little high, right? Like almost $200 too high when you consider the cost of a single Tylenol is around 15 cents. But that's fine, right? Insurance companies should suffer. I'm paying an arm and a leg for my premium, so they should at least have to give a pinky for a Tylenol. No, that's not right, because it affects you. Maybe not today, maybe not this month, but it will affect you. It's called inflation. Yes, insurance companies have to pay for that $200 Tylenol, and at first it seems pretty funny, like you're sticking it to the man. But when you realize how it affects inflation, it's not as funny. How inflation works in the job market. The hospital overcharges for services and medicine, so in return, the insurance company has to raise their premiums, which directly affects you. It's just like inflation among professionals. If insurance companies are being overcharged, they will have to raise their rates. This will ultimately lead to doctors raising their rates, and that actually requires the insurance companies to raise their rates again. When the lawyers who are fighting these insurance battles in court see the rates rise, they demand more money. Finally, the teachers and other professionals want more money, as they should, when everyone else is making more. It's all about balance and the desire for fairness, and a little bit of greed. If the cost of something goes up, it always affects something else. If you're a business owner, you know you can't just raise your prices without related businesses doing the same, or otherwise you'll just go out of business. But that's enough economics for one day. Back to insurance companies. What you can do about it. The main thing we can all do is pay attention. Here are the things to watch for. Blatantly overpriced items. Obviously, $200 is way too much for a Tylenol. Make sure your prices are reasonable considering what they're charging you for. Services you didn't get. Sometimes doctors plan to do things and don't. Other times they just say they did things they didn't do. Watch for both on your bill. Unnecessary fees. When you pay cash without insurance, you won't usually see these weird fees, but when you pay with insurance, watch for ridiculous fees that don't make sense. We need to hold these places accountable, just like we need to hold insurance companies accountable. If you see something weird on your bill, call the hospital or doctor's office or clinic to discuss the charge. Pay attention to your bill and your charges. Don't be one of those people who let the insurance company pay whatever. All that does is cause your premiums to skyrocket. So do yourself a favor. Be aware. Be a savvy consumer. Companies will hate you for it. You just listened to the post titled Insurance Inflation: Why You Need to Pay Attention by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. And just a quick reminder that it's a big help if you subscribe to this show in any podcast app. And this is one of 3 podcasts where we read blogs to you. So if you haven't already checked them out, make sure you listen to Optimal Living Daily and Optimal Health Daily as well. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I'll see you in the Friday show where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.